Hello and welcome to this tutorial that will teach you how to use a listener in Android. And a listener is something that will happen when you change the text of a text box. So we will just create a new project and we'll call it hello. Oh, here we go, hello username, and my company domain is netport.com. If you don't have one, just write your first name last name.com, and I will use the AP21, it's Android 5.0, and I create an empty project and activity main, just call it main activity. Now I think you've probably seen this been done a million times if you have an Android phone. I can get any apps, but this is an example. You have an input text box, and when you change the text to something, then something more will happen. So this is a listener, and they're very useful for maybe doing a save when you change the text or doing something else. We have our code here. The main code is written in main activity.java, but we're going to do the design first. I always start with the design, and you start with the design and res layout activity main. And I'm just going to zoom in a bit here, like this. So what I want to do is put an text box here. This is a text box and plain text. I'm just going to put it on the screen here, and I'm going to remove the text name, because this is just something that will go inside the text box. And this is the ID, and in the ID I will write the username, and the ID is what we are going to use in our main activity.java. And for this I will change the design to a bit larger, and I will write username. So it's like the user is going to enter his username in the box here, and the box is invisible now, but it will appear when you run it on the emulator. So let's go to our main activity.java. I will just try to run the code now so you will see how it is. But our main activity.java, we want to get this text box. We want to get the value of this text box, and we do this by using the EditText. So EditText, and we can write EditText username, and EditText username is our it will be our variable, and that equals to EditText and EditText is now a new EditText. Find the view by ID, and the ID is always r.id, and here we have it, EditText username, and it's red, so I will just hold the cursor here and press Alt Enter and import the class. And here I have a typo, so now I have gotten edit text from main activity, this edit text field, and I've sent it to my main activity. So from activity main to main activity. So well, we can use this EditText username to put a listener on it. So here, and now we can create a listener. So a listener will just see if there are any changes to the EditText username text box, and if there are any changes, it will run a code. So the EditText changer listener is a new text watcher, and this is a class we have to import. Just putting the cursor over and pressing Alt Enter. And the same with editable, the same with toString. Username. So whenever username is changed after the change is done, and if the string of EditText is not blank, then run some type of code. So my code will go here. So this is the text box. So whenever this is changed and it's not equal to blank, some code will run. So here some code will run, here, here, and here. So what type of code? We can write a method that will be run, and the method I was thinking is say hello method that I've created here, and it will just take the user. It would do the same as over here. It would take the EditText username, find it, and it will convert it to a string, the EditText username, because the EditText username is now an EditText, not a string. So we convert it to a string by getText to string. So now we have username in string, and then it would write it out with a toast, make text short. So if I write here, say hello, and now run my code, you will see that whenever this field is changed, the say hello command will run, and whatever is in the text box will be written out to a toast.makeText. So this is very useful. I use it all the time in my applications. So we will test now. Hello S A-N-T-R-A. Hello Sandra. Very cool. So this is a listener for Android.